Hello and welcome! Welcome back to the next episode of Doctor Who. Today we're going to watch episode number 7 of series number 4. In the last episode, we met a new character. We met the daughter of the Doctor. Do I think she will come back in this episode? No, I don't. I think we're gonna see her somewhere in the future. But I guess we won't see her in this episode. No, I don't. Are we going to see Donna and the Doctor again? I really hope we will, because I want them in this episode. Our power team. This is what I want to see. Also today I am in the mood for either a very, very funny episode or a horrifying episode. So that would be cool, but I don't know what we're gonna get. I guess this one will be another like Monster of the Week episode. There is no like main story that's going on somewhere in the background, or maybe it is and I'm not realizing it, as in the first 3 series. No, not in all 3 series, but in 2 of them, so it's not much better. Also today I'm all alone again. The first time in weeks that there is no other person in this apartment with me at the moment. And I do have the time to record not only 1 episode, but maybe 2 episodes. Maybe I'm gonna watch Torchwood after this, or maybe I'm gonna watch a classic episode after this. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I do have the time. Yay! I say let's get straight into the episode because I want to know what's going to happen. Also, it's very warm today and I do have a slight headache from the dentist yesterday because I needed to keep my mouth open the whole time. And my muscles over here are so hard today and they're aching, and this gives me some headache. So if I do talk more stupid stuff than usual, it's the headache. It's not me. Or maybe it's the heat. But you know that game by now. It's 40 degrees in here, so I guess it's not that hot today, but it's at least 35. Enough with the rambling, let's get into the episode. Oh, the TARDIS! That's how a good episode starts.
And a little bit of mint. A hint of mint must be the 1920s.
You can
The 1920s.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe that big vintage car coming up the drive gave it away.
Yeah, it might have. We're back in the past.
You make yourselves comfortable in your rooms. Cocktails will be served on the lawn from 4:30.
You go on up. I need to check something in the library.
I saw the Doctor there.
Trouble is, we haven't been invited.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yes, we have.
Oh. But what kind of party is it? What are we celebrating?
It's unbelievable. But why didn't they ask? Heavens. Oh, it's you.
Oh no, are you going to die?
What are you doing with that lead piping? That's impossible.
That sounds like a fly. Oh, that was a wasp. Or a bee. I guess it was a wasp. Oh god, I hate wasps. They have them all over the place here in this summer. Unbelievable. As soon as you open a window, you have like 1 or 2 of them in your room. So I do not like them to begin with. So good they're our enemies in this episode. Maybe it was a bee. I don't know. But it wasn't a fly, like I suspected in the first place. So great, we're having a party with wasps, I guess. Okay.
We'll be late for cocktail.
Oh, she's looking for a dress?
What do you think? Flapper?
Yeah.
Agatha, you look lovely.
Yeah. She really looks nice.
Lady Clemency Edison.
Lady Edison.
Excuse me, but who exactly might you be? And
What, you don't know them? What's wrong with you?
Chiswick, Nuggles.
Good afternoon, my lady. Topping day, what? Spiffing. Top hell.
No.
Don't. That's too much.
Hello, we met at the ambassador's reception.
Doctor, how could I forget you? But one must be sure with the unicorn on the loose.
A unicorn? Brilliant.
A unicorn on the loose?
Forgive me for not rising. Never been the same ever since that flu epidemic back in 18...
My word.
Let's not talk about epidemics. Let's not.
Young boys deserve a decent thrashing. Couldn't agree more, sir.
Typical. All the decent men are.
Oh, what's going on? Are those two a couple? Maybe I'm reading into this.
New lead. Agatha Christie.
What about her?
That's me.
No. No.
You fool me every time. Well, almost every time. Well, once or twice. Well, once.
Usual couple.
Oh, no,
Yeah, we're not a
we're not
couple.
married.
In every episode, in every single episode.
Greatest followers. I've read all 6 of your books. Is
My mom has watched all the movies.
Belgian detective.
Belgians make such lovely buns.
Donna's laugh.
On this newspaper,
What is it?
it's the day Agatha Christie disappeared.
She disappeared? Okay, if that is like real, if that happened in reality, I don't know about that. I just know her movies because my mom like forced me to watch them. That's all I know. Murder, murder.
Oh, my goodness!
So we're gonna solve a murder before she disappears?
Call me Hercule Poirot, but I reckon that's blunt enough.
Who's the better investigator?
Hold on. The body in the library. I mean, Professor Peach in the library with the lead piping.
Was it a Cluedo reference from Donna there? Did I catch that right?
I'll pluck you in a minute. Why don't we find the real proof?
The last thing I want is PC Plod sticking his nose in. Especially...
Oh, honey.
Murders? Not really. I mean, that's like meeting Charles Dickens and he's surrounded by ghosts at Christmas. Could we? Noddy's not real. Is he? Tell me there's no Noddy.
There's no Noddy.
Murder on the Orient Express. Oh, yeah. One of your best.
But not yet.
Marvellous idea.
Yet.
Clues. Any more residue? You'll need this.
Really?
For real?
Go on. You're ever so plucky.
I'll work with you, gladly. But for the sake of justice, not your own amusement.
Oh, we want to have amusement. But I want to know about the thing that she picked up and doesn't talk about.
Where were you at 4:15? Let me think. Why, yes, I remember.
Oh, we're getting different stories.
you were alone?
With the Lord, one is never truly alone,
Oh my god.
Doctor.
And where were you?
That's not what they were asking for.
Taking a constitutional in the fields behind the house.
I bet it was the gardener.
Brawl, that's all.
Alone?
Oh, yes, all alone. Totally alone. Absolutely alone.
I knew it. I knew it.
Where were you?
At 4:15. Well, I went to the toilet when I arrived, and then,
Let me guess, she was alone.
meeting Lady Eddie.
We've only got your word for it.
That's your problem, not mine.
She's really beautiful.
I was in my study, reading through some military memoirs. Fascinating stuff.
Mm-hmm. Truly fascinating.
Mafficking, terrible war.
Colonel, step out of it.
I was in my study.
No, right out of it.
Oh, sorry. Got a bit carried away there.
Yeah, just slightly.
Last four, my lady.
Now let me see.
This suspense music in the background is the best.
Taking my afternoon tea. It's a ritual of mine. I needed to gather strength for the duty of hostess.
Was there even one person that really told the truth?
We must look for a motive. Use the little grey cells.
That card in the background seems suspicious.
Tomorrow. You know, I've been to Belgium. Yeah. I remember. What about Charlemagne? You've been kidnapped by an insane computer.
Doctor!
Sorry.
You crafty man. And this?
He looks so good. Oh, okay.
Was that first letter N or M?
It's an M. The word is maiden.
Maiden. Why are you screaming? She's the best. She's gonna find something. Or not.
The thing is,
How come it's locked?
Lady Edison commands it to be so.
And I command it to be otherwise.
She locked herself in this room for 6 months until she recovered. Since then, the room has remained undisturbed.
Uh-huh. Mysterious.
All right, I need to investigate. You just buttle off.
She's so straightforward with what she says.
1926, I've still got these.
Oh no, be careful.
Hold on. I shall find you with my amazing powers of detection.
I don't think you need that one. It's gonna be big enough.
That's impossible.
Go. No. Oh my god. Wait. Go away. No. Oh. That was so clever.
It's a giant wasp.
What do you mean a giant wasp?
I mean a wasp. That's giant.
Oh, now.
I mean flipping enormous. They sting.
Let me see.
Oh my god. That's so big.
That's fascinating.
Hey, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Maybe it's poisonous.
A creature this size, got to be able to grow a new one.
Can we return to sanity? There are no such things as...
And there's no such thing as sanity when you travel with the doctor. Or investigating with the doctor. Everything that involves the doctor. Oh my god, that is so typical for the Agatha Christie movies. The
poor little child.
The way she died, the way this was portrayed and filmed, and okay, this is out of the Agatha Christie world.
Oh, that's holy.
You are wonderful.
Nah. Nah.
Where are you? Come on! There's nowhere to run. Show yourself!
Oh no. Great.
That's just cheating.
My faithful...
Doesn't make it any easier. Yes, we're collecting all the people in one room. Oh my god, this is so cool.
I'm sorry, all of you. I'm truly sorry. But I failed. If anyone can help us, then it's the doctor, not me.
Or both of you combined, plus Donna. I mean, at least we know 3 people who aren't the murderer.
Is my marriage the stuff of gossip, no?
No, I just...
Sorry. No,
Donna, you really need to keep some information inside of you.
Try as I might, it's hardly great literature. That's beyond me. I'm afraid my books will be forgotten. Like...
No, they won't. Uh-huh. Oh.
There you go.
We found
Who'd
something.
ever notice that? You're brilliant.
Yeah, you really are.
Someone came here, Tilda. The sort of stuff a thief would use.
The unicorn. He's here.
What unicorn?
Drinks, ladies. Doctor.
Very good, Greaves.
Oh, don't drink them. I have a bad feeling about them.
How about the sign?
Damn it, have you seen the face? I think I'm alright.
Vespiform sting. Vespiforms have got hives in the Silfrax galaxy.
I've seen too many movies of Agatha Christie.
Donna Noble, add it to the list.
Donna?
Okay.
No. Something's inhibiting my enzymes. Poisoned.
What do we do? What do we do? It's almonds. It's cyanide. Sparkling.
Cyanide! Oh my god, no, don't tell me this is the episode where he's gonna die. No, he's not gonna die, no.
Not for me! I can stimulate the inhibited enzymes into reversal. Protein! I mean protein!
Protein.
Shake! Cocktail shaker! What do you want, a Harvey Wallbanger? Harvey Wallbanger? Well, I don't know! How is Harvey Wallbanger? One word!
Oh
I mean salty! Salt! I need something salty! What about this? What is it? Salt! That's too salty! Oh, that's too salty!
Oh my god, I can't just see it.
Towering inferno! It's a shock! Look, shock! I need a shock! Right then. Big shock. Coming up.
Okay, yeah, that's a shock. That doesn't mean he's gonna change, right?
Detox.
Okay. We're safe.
Let's do that more often. I mean, the detox.
Who are you?
Oh my god, that was a shock for me. I felt so safe and all of a sudden he's almost dead.
Miss Chandrakala cruelly taken from us. And yet we still take dinner.
We are British, Doctor.
Also, I like the thunderstorms outside. They are so typical for those movies too.
And what would that be?
Well, poison. Drink up.
Donna, he wouldn't
I
poison.
laced the soup with pepper.
Well, I thought it was jolly spicy.
But the active ingredient of pepper is pippery.
That's true.
As an insecticide.
Yeah, that's also true.
Don't stay where you are!
Who? Who was that? It's gone. Could be each and every single one of them. What? What?
My child!
Okay, it wasn't him then. I'm always thinking, who is it usually in those movies? Who? And most of the times it's a god. Or is that just a cliche?
You people write detective stories, but yours are the best. And why? Why are you so good, Agatha Christie? Because you understand.
Yes. You gotta believe in yourself.
It's you. I've called you here on this endless night.
Endless night.
We must examine them all. Starting with you, Miss Redmond.
Da-da-da-da.
You came to this house with one sole intention. To steal the Firestone.
The Firestone?
And in examining this household, we come to you, Colonel.
She's always looking at her and then she's like, changing person.
Can walk.
Why? My darling, how else could I be certain of keeping you by my side?
What?
Staying in the chair was the only way I could be certain of keeping you. Confound it, Mrs.
I don't know if this is cute or really unfair.
Indeed not. To find the truth, let's return to this.
Is this thing magical?
Because at this point, Doctor.
Thank you. At this point,
Ah, okay.
when we consider...
I thought she said doctor.
It was you.
It was you.
Donna Noble.
Huh?
It out like a murder mystery. Which means... it was you, Agatha Christie. Lady Edison.
Don't leave me alone.
So she did kill them?
No, but just think. Last Thursday night.
Are you going somewhere with this?
I discovered the two of them. Thieves in the night.
In the night. It's daylight.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Lady Edison.
The camera.
How old would he be now?
40. He's 40.
Your child has come home.
Oh, really?
Back where
Okay. So he doesn't want to change.
You knew who you were. Oh, and then it all kicks off, because this isn't just a jewel. It's a best-performed telepathic recorder.
Oh, it is? Okay.
In this pattern, because that's what you think the world is. Turns out we are in the middle of a murder mystery. One of yours, Dame Agatha.
That's a story I could have never come up with. Never.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well,
Are we sure about that?
Lady Edison.
Lady who?
Lady Edison.
Little bit of buzzing there, Vic.
Maybe try using sentences without S.
I am so much more. That night, the universe exploded in my mind. I wanted to take what was...
I mean, his clothes and his hair is like black and blonde, like black and yellow.
What's to stop?
Could have given it away.
Come back. Keep away.
The wasp is really well made.
No more murder. If my imagination made you kill, then my imagination will find a way to stop you. Foul creature.
Oh, is that how she disappears? It happens now, right? Yeah, she's in the car.
What are you doing? If I started this, Doctor, then I must stop it.
Yeah, it's happening now. Unless the doctor and Donna can run. But those cars are so... I mean, you could have run. That would have been faster.
The lake! She's heading for the lake.
Oh.
What's she doing?
It's a lake. Look at those cars. Ah, you were so much faster if you just ran. I guess that helps. Oh, that's a beautiful color.
Are you?
What is
It's a
happening?
Firestone! It's part of the best...
Oh.
The mystery of Agatha Christie. And tomorrow morning, her car gets found by the side of a lake.
Oh.
She's up in a hotel in Harrogate with no idea of what just happened.
Oh.
No one will ever know.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
Here we go.
What is it?
C!
Oh, it's a box of stuff.
That is C for Cyberman, C for Carrionites.
Really?
Christie! Agatha! Look at that.
Death in the Clouds.
She is the best-selling novelist of all time.
But she never knew.
Oh my god. Okay.
Onwards.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh. That was a cool episode. But first of all, please excuse me for not talking that much during it, because first of all, there were absolutely no pauses in between dialogue this time. Almost every single second somebody was talking, and I wanted to hear as much of it as I could, so I kept quiet more than I usually do. And also, my headaches and this heat in the room doesn't make it easier. But nonetheless, that was a very cool episode. Agatha Christie. And yet another time I wished I knew more about all of the topic of this episode, because I do know Agatha Christie. I do know that she wrote books. I've never read any of them. I do know that there are movies and I've watched them when I was younger. Also Miss Marple, but only because my mom was watching them like 24/7 when I was younger. And if I wanted to watch TV, I had to watch that together with her, because there was no like internet, YouTube or anything that I could have used back then. There was only one television, so I had to watch what my mother was watching. That's the only connection that I do have to this topic, to this story. But because of that, because I have seen so many movies, I really got the connection, and I saw the way they were portraying this episode was like the exact same way like the movies were made back then. The camera angles, the suspense music, the acting. For example, when Agatha was like looking at the lady and then she's like turning her head, but you, and then she's looking at somebody else. It's so typical. Also, the death of that woman that was running outside of the cook. She was a cook, right? With the falling statue, the way it was filmed, the way it happened, everything about it was like exactly the same. Also, when they like were calling all the people and like collected them in that one room, as if they were saying, okay, we're all together in one room, we have to figure this out, and nobody can kill anyone else because we're all in the same room and we're gonna get there. So there were so many like parallels to those movies that I really, really enjoyed. There were way more than that, but those are the ones that are stuck in my head, or that I do remember at the moment. The only thing that was kind of like not really very Agatha Christie-esque was the wasp thing. That was more Doctor Who-ish. So they like put those two mysteries together in one. And I don't know what to think about that wasp priest mixture. I don't know if I would have found it better to have an actual human being being the murderer. But then again, it's a Doctor Who story, so it has to have some kind of alien in it. So they did a mix up. They decided to take an alien, which is also a human being or in human form. So they have the best of both worlds in the episode, which is an interesting solution. I don't know if it was the best one. Also, every time they were talking about this, like, unicorn, I thought maybe we get to see a real unicorn. I would have loved to see that, but we didn't. Okay, it's okay. Yet again, this was another great Donna episode. Like, almost every time she says something, it doesn't matter what she says. Every time she says something, I just have to laugh because it's so funny. It is so funny, and this dry humor is so great. I love her. I love her to bits. And I love that we got another episode with those two. I appreciate each and every single episode. Every episode that keeps both of them in there. Which, in that one scene, oh my god, I was so afraid all of a sudden because this felt like a light-hearted episode. It didn't have it didn't give me the anxiety of this is gonna be an episode in which a doctor could die. And then somebody just poisons him and he's about to die. Oh my god. Those 2 minutes of my life, oh my god, I was so anxious it's gonna happen. And then on the other hand, I thought, nah, this is not the type of episode that they would use to do something like that. Because if one day he goes, that has to be a big episode. Like a main story kind of episode. Not a monster of the week kind of episode. At least I think so. And I would be very angry if it was the other way around. But we're gonna see. Okay, I'm not gonna look into the future for now. We're gonna stay in the present where everything is fine. Donna and the doctor are still alive and they are traveling together. And every single was it every episode? I do have a feeling it was every episode where they get asked by someone if they are together, or someone makes a statement like, that's your husband, your wife, or together, something like that in every single episode. I gotta rewatch all of them and make sure that I'm right, but almost in every single episode. And that is so funny because the writers choose to do the exact opposite, but they're pointing it out in every single episode. That's so funny. This is another example for the Agatha Christie stuff, which are those interrogations where people are sitting and they are interrogated and then like the camera blends away into this other reality, into their memories, and you can see what they did when stuff has happened, and you can hear what they are saying, which is an actual lie, but at the same time you are seeing the truth as a viewer, but you know that the people who are interrogating the people do only hear the lies and you only know the truth. That's something that I really appreciated. About the CGI in this episode, I really liked it very much. It was so well done, and I think it was, of all of the CGI effects that we have seen in Doctor Who yet, this was one of the best ones. This was really well done. I mean, it didn't look like in a 1 million budget Hollywood movie, but it looked very realistic. A little too realistic, if you ask me, because I hate wasps and seeing them so extra large. I mean, even if you look at the picture now, even if you like don't blend away super fast from it, but you take a photo of it, it still looks pretty realistic. I like the CGI very much in this episode. It wasn't the kind of CGI that takes you out of the episode, although the fact that it was a super big giant wasp maybe did that, but not the CGI. And then in the end we're seeing how everything worked out, or like how the disappearance of Agatha Christie evolved, how it actually happened. And yet again, Donna and the doctor were involved in it. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't have happened, which is so funny because it has happened so many times in Doctor Who, and every time it's a new WTF moment if you think about it. It has happened. They know, like the Doctor and Donna know already that it has happened because they know it from the future, but then they find out in the end that they were actually the reason why it has happened. I love this show. I really love this show. Have I said that already? I love it. It's so cool. It's so well done. You guys, yet again, I have to like end those afterthoughts, and we gotta go straight into the IMDb rating because it's so hot in here. I have to open a window. I feel like I'm not breathing air anymore. There is no oxygen left in this air. Okay, the rating. Like I said, the episode was really, really good. But because of the fact that it was just a Monster of the Week episode, I don't think that the IMDb rating will be super, super high, like somewhere over 8.5. I don't think we're gonna go there. We're gonna stay somewhere around 7 point something and 8 point something maybe. But my personal rating would be a 7.7. Yeah, 7.7. That's my rating. So let's go and take a look at it. Planet of Views, and Heron, Poison Sky, Doctor's Daughter, The Unicorn and the Wasp. Bingo! 7.7. Oh my god. That's what I said. Or did I say 7.6? Oh my gosh. How my brain's not working anymore. Error. I can't even remember what I said a minute ago. But I think I said 7.7. Yay! That's very satisfying to see that. I kind of knew already where we were going with this IMDb rating. And I had the same feeling about it. Really good episode. But we're gonna go for this higher episode somewhat soon, I guess. So, I really have to open a window now, I'm sorry. Like you see, my brain's not working anymore. I hope you had much fun watching the episode together with me. I'm gonna see each and every single one of you next week. Until then, bye!